Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Oblivion. We've just purified the sanctuary, killing everyone inside to get rid of some sort of betrayer, and we now work directly for Lucien Lachance. However, it occurs to me I am still wearing the Cowl of the Grey Fox, which means I left town wearing it. If a guard had spotted me, I think I would have been killed. I don't think they would have let me just wander off freely. So, yeah, if we switch to the helmet, unfortunately, I am barely over-encumbered. So, kind of annoying. I need to drop something. And it doesn't even really matter what. Random tome. It had value, but it's fine. I do need to go shopping at some point. Because chances are I'm going to over-encumber myself again. Maybe between this episode and the next. Just pointing it out there that once again, I have been not paying attention to my carrying capacity, and it has become a problem, as always. So we're heading this way. Arguably, I could have teleported to closer. Actually, I'm supposed to have a reward out here. Shadowmere. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hiding from me, how dare you? Yeah, we have a new horse with the added bonus that this horse, to my knowledge, cannot die. Although I also don't know if it can climb cliffs like they do in Skyrim. It's probably fine. There's enough of a path heading in roughly the right direction that this will work for me. Oh, hi, Minotaur. Just wandering by. This is no longer going the direction I need it to. Can you curve back around this way? Thank you. We found a new Ayleid ruin, Kemen. Oh, we are going off-road a bit. It's fine. The horse can't die. I think. We're gonna find out. Alright, everything's fine. Totally fine. Okay, that's gonna be a sharp drop. Okay, nope, we're going down here. Oh, hi, mountain lion. Cool, being attacked by a mountain lion. Also, we are at Hero Hill. Perfect. Not quite sure where my dead drop is, but it's fine. Goodbye, mountain lion. Hollowed out rock. Here we are. Dead drop orders number 1. I have visited my first dead drop location and received my next contract. I've received new orders from Lucien Lachance. I must go to Leafrot Cave and kill a necromancer who has begun the process of transforming himself into a lich. This necromancer, Cyrodiil, has not yet completed his metamorphosis, but is still incredibly powerful, possibly too powerful to kill a face directly. I should search the cave for Kaladin's writings and try to discover his weakness. Alright. Let's see what it actually says. Silencer, you are now reading your first dead drop note here on Hero Hill, which proves to me you were well appointed to the tasks that lie ahead. Journey now to Leafrot Cave. There you will encounter an ancient necromancer who is attempting to escape death by transforming himself into a lich. This necromancer, Cyrodiil, has not yet completed his metamorphosis, but it is still immensely powerful, possibly too powerful to destroy if confronted directly. Search Leafrot Cave. Necromancers are wizards after all, and wizards are prolific by nature. Kaladin surely has written records and these records may contain evidence of some kind of weakness. Perhaps there is some other way to destroy Kaladin, besides a direct confrontation, but destroy him you must. When the necromancer lies dead, journey to the city of Coral for your next dead drop. At the foot of the great oak, hidden in the bushes, is an old sack. Inside you will find your reward for killing the necromancer, as well as information regarding your next contract. Serve me well, Silencer, and there's no telling just how far you might advance. Whoa, the shadows are going crazy. And I'm encumbered. Time is moving so fast. Cool. Let's drop from frog to man. Oh, that was not enough. Let's see. Common soul. We can use that to fix up some of our stuff. That's probably a wiser choice than just dropping random stuff. Because I really like Sufferthorn. There we go. So we are now to go all the way down here. We actually have multiple locations that we've heard about, but are not quests. Perhaps I should check some of them out. But for now, let's go to Black Dog Camp and make our way to Leafrot Cave. Can't fast travel with enemies nearby. Is it the Minotaur? I have no idea. Let's just get out of here. We're wanting to go that sort of direction, but that'll be hard to pull off. Alright, combat music has ended. There we go. I wish we could attack from on top of our horse. That would make things a tiny bit more convenient.
Hello? Who's there?
Showing your face was the last mistake you'll ever make.
Alright. Sorry, I was just using here as a bit of a waypoint. Nothing against you guys, besides, you know, you being bandits. Horse, do not get in my way. I am murdering people. I'll grab the potion, even though I know I can't carry anything else. People should recognize me well enough at this point that they should just let me move on. Like, fighting me is not a good long-term strategy. I get, like, mud crabs there, won't recognize me in order to know that they should run away. But people definitely should. I'm guessing I'm going onto the wrong side of the river because I don't remember river crossing on the way. So it's probably going to be over there, and I'm going to cross the river here and then momentarily have to cross it again. We do have another Ayleid ruin that I'm not confident I have visited before. I could check it out. Well, at least mark it on the map. There we go. So we can come back here at a later point. Can I squeeze my horse around? No, I cannot. These are not horse-friendly ruins. There are enemies still around. If they chase me down, I'll kill them. But currently I'm just banking on the fact that I am faster. Okay, that's our cave. Right over here, looks like. So the goal will be to head in, find writings of the wizard to figure out what his weakness is before we confront him. Ah, right, necromancer. Just more flesh, don't particularly care about that. Hi there, Wraith. Yeah, frost isn't the best for taking out wraiths. It would have been far easier to take out with fire spell. Path of Transcendence. That seems likely, particularly given that that's where my compass is pointing. Entry 1. My initial findings may have been inconclusive, but they set me on the path I will pursue until I achieve my goal, or lie rotting in this cave. Either outcome will be a welcome respite from the days and nights I've spent toiling without food, water, or any kind of companionship. A lesser mage would have fallen prey to madness by now, I'm sure of it, but I'm not a lesser mage. Though they try in earnest, though their hearts and minds are true to the teachings of our great sovereign, my fellow necromancers lack the complete dedication required to achieve that ultimate of goals, the state of lichdom. Not even Falcar himself can match my sheer tenacity, my unwillingness to accept failure on any level. Was Falcar the name of the mage in the Mages Guild quest that I thought was guilty? Maybe. If so, having a connection between this Dark Brotherhood quest and a Mage Guild quest is unusual, and therefore I appreciate it. My unwillingness to accept failure on any level, that is why I, Cyrodiil, will soon join the ranks of the Worm Eremites, those servants favored by our sovereign above all others. I will sit with honor and obedience at his right hand, while those fools in the Mages Guild grovel at my maggot-ridden feet. Entry 2. Even the most pedestrian pheasant fairy tale has long held that a lich must somehow remain bound to his soul, and that connection must commonly manifest itself as a transference of the spirit into a actual physical object, an urn, a sarcophagus, a crystal phial. One Khajiit fairy tale even tells of a lich who preserved his spirit in the severed head of a wood elf infant. And these same peasants long comforted themselves with the belief that if they ever had the grave misfortune of facing a lich, they would need only find the vessel containing his spirit form and then destroy it, thus destroying the lich himself. Fools and their folklore. True liches possess no such weakness. Can one of the sovereign's worm eremites be bested by shattering a glass vase? The very notion is so absurd as to be comical. Yes, a necromancer must transfer his soul into a physical vessel, but once that transference is complete, once the necromancer is fully metamorphed into his lich form, the vessel is inconsequential. But it's the process of this transference itself that has eluded me for so long. My soul remains bound to my earthly body, and nothing I've attempted has allowed me to free myself of this mortal coil and transcend to the state of lichdom I so dearly desire. Entry 3. Every tome I've acquired, the volumes upon volumes of necromantic discourse, all useless. I've grown disgusted by the years of wasted life that have been poured into these so-called essential writings. Who in the right mind would ever wish to animate a month-dead Cyrodiilic butterfly, or bring life to the rotting husk of a rare albino mud crab? How many months have I wasted away in this cave, and for what reason? Ah yes, I know. I will resurrect an army of deformed goblin younglings and march on the White Gold Tower itself. That at least is in my reach. My mind has become a cesspool of necromantic waste, where reject spells and rituals compete for the honor of finally driving me completely insane. And still I am no closer to achieving my goal than I was when I first began this process. Am I losing faith in myself and my discipline? Perhaps I've been studying too hard. Many a night I've sacrificed my prayers to our sovereign for one more experiment, one more incantation. What I need now is rest in a state of tranquility, so that I may commune with our sovereign and repledge my loyalty and devotion. For what answer will I find in some crumbling codex that could not be supplied by our great sovereign himself? Entry 4. The secret is mine. So long I searched and so hard I toiled, but I was a fool. I was right to forego my studies for a more ardent devotion to prayer. Last night, as I sit in the throes of meditation, our great sovereign did come to me. He passed to me the knowledge I have sought for so long. The secrets of transcendence were even more complex and arcane than even I could have imagined, and I will never transcribe them into any written work. Indeed, they have never been recorded. All my months of solitude were for naught, as the secret I so desperately sought could only be obtained through direct communication with our great sovereign himself. Soon I will walk the earth as a worm eremite, serving the sovereign in a state of endless undeath. Entry 5. Though the sacrifice of many innocents, the resurrection of many servants to aid me in my task, and the tireless performance of a nearly week-long ritual, I've completed construction of the Sands of Resolve. The transcendence to full lichdom will not be immediate, however. The vessel has been crafted, but my energy force, my soul, must be fully transferred into it. Not even our sovereign was quite certain how long this process will take, as it varies from one necromancer to the next based on many factors, both physical and spiritual. One thing, however, is certain. The hourglass must never leave my possession until the transference is complete. I grow more powerful every day, but in truth, am more vulnerable than I've ever been. If something were to happen to the Sands Resolve, if the hourglass should somehow leave my person, the connection between soul and vessel would be severed. To think that my work, my life, could be eradicated so easily after I've come so close to success is almost more than I can bear. Okay, so we've just got to pickpocket him, it sounds like. I've discovered the journal of the necromancer Cyrodiil. It appears he has used a magic hourglass called the Sands Resolve to turn himself into a lich and extends his life indefinitely. The process is not yet complete, however, and the hourglass must remain on Cyrodiil's person for some time as it contains his life force. If I could remove the Sands of Resolve from Cyrodiil's possession, perhaps through pickpocketing, he would surely die. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Again, powerful mage has novice gear. Come on. Darkest Darkness. Fundamentals of Alchemy. Lots of novice gear. He has the basic alchemy book and the basic alchemy gear for being such a powerful mage on the verge of becoming a lich. So this is not the direction to go, which is why I'm going this way. So yeah, we need to go... Aren't we in... Oh no, we're in Leafrot Cave. We need to go to Leafrot Hollow, which there are multiple entrances. But I want to explore the cave first, before we go straight to the lich. Okay, this is a dead end. I also didn't look at you. Good. You didn't have anything of note. So then down this path is another dead end. Someone apparently... Oops, I did not mean to grab that. But yeah, someone got crushed. I don't need to kill your summon. I just need you to die so that your summon goes away. Nothing of note on you. And I don't care about your silver claymore. And I definitely don't care about these 5-pound bones I picked up. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bunch of coffins. A whole bunch of coffins. That wasn't magical, right? No. Okay. I realized I didn't actually look before I just moved on. Alright, I think that's this whole cave cleared out. It's now saying he's closest to this path. I'm going to go down this path just to see if there's anything else over there, because I didn't look. But it's interesting that it's no longer the closest path. Well, there was a rat. Oh no, Grand Soul Gem, you have betrayed me. Ah. What do I have that I don't care about? Oh, I need to go shopping. And by shopping, I mean selling. Staff of Vulnerability. Why not? And Ebony Claymore. Both those are really heavy. On to Leafrot Hollow. So we're going to try and sneak up on him, I suppose. Because if we... Oh, hello. If he spots us first, he's probably just going to attack. And then pickpocketing him will be challenging. Alright, so this just drops us down. Interesting. I'll toss down a save. And I guess if I'm stealthing, let's put back on the Grey Cowl. Oh, he's right there. Hi there. Alright, he's walking back away. Let me just take everything. Ah! He didn't even notice. Oh, and it didn't just weaken him, it just straight up killed him. Cyrodiil is dead. I must pick up my reward and the next contract at the dead drop location in an old sack hidden in the bushes beneath the great oak in the city of Coral. Do you have anything else on you? Yes. I couldn't pickpocket your robes that you were wearing. That's fair. Anything else here now that I'm here? Lots of gold in all these coffins. It's strange that you have not looted them yet. Is that the path I came down? Yes. Maybe. No, I came down that path. We do have a few other branches we haven't explored. That's where I came down. Okay. I think that's this cave fully explored. Let's get to Coral. I'm hoping this is the right way. It is not. Directions are not my forte. That's why I usually use the map. This way is looking better. There we go. What magical effect do I have on me? That's not normal. Detect life, I don't think is doing that. I don't see anything negative. Maybe that is the effect of detect life? Seems weird. Anyway, let's take off the gray cowl before I get attacked by guards. I mean, that did change the effect on me. Anyway, let's get to Coral. So this is the Great Oak, and we are looking for something hidden in the bushes. There you go, an old sack. Bunch of gold and our next orders. I've picked up my reward and received my next contract. I wish it would let me read the contract before the quest gave it away. I've received my new orders from Lucien Latance. I must kill every member of the Draconis family. Perennia Draconis, Matthias Draconis, Andreas Draconis, Sibylla Draconis, Kalia Draconis. I know the location of only the family matron, Perennia Draconis, who can be found on the farm known as Applewatch. I should head to Applewatch, find out as much information as I can on the locations of the other family members, and then systematically kill them all. Okay. So, was it orders from... This is not alphabetical. Can you make it alphabetical? Thank you. That'll make it easier. Or was it dead drop? Dead drop orders. There it is. Necromancer Kalian is dead, and you are not. That is quite an accomplishment, but your work as a silencer has just begun. Your next assignment requires you to eliminate not just a single target, but 5. An entire family, in fact. The unlucky siblings are Perennia Draconis, Matthias Draconis, Andreas Draconis, Sibylla Draconis, and Kalia Draconis. The location of most of the family members are unknown, so you should begin your search with the family matron, Perennia, who resides at the farm called Applewatch. You must discern the locations of all of the Draconis family members, and then systematically eliminate them. I suggest you first speak with the mother to find out if she has any valuable information on the whereabouts of her children before ending her life. When every member of the Draconis family lies dead, journey to the city of Skingrad. In the castle courtyard, you will find a well containing your reward for the Draconis contract, as well as any further assignments I might have. Okay. Where would this contract be? All the way up here. Right next to Capstone Cave.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death!
No, it's the part where you fall down and bleed. Come on. Did you steal my kill? Also, where... There she is. I was like, where did she go? I did also see another... what I assume is a bandit run that way. There's another Oblivion gate, but we just dealt with one. I guess I will ride you. You took an arrow to the saddle, which now looks like an arrow to the knee. Yeah, so Apple Watch is right here. So we are looking for the matron to see if she is dumb enough to tell us any information about where her children are hiding. Hi there.
La, 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 la. Oh, hello there. I'm sorry, you startled me. My nerves get rattled rather easily these days, I'm afraid. Living alone will do that to you. Now, is there something I can help you with?
Did they tell us why she deserves to die? Like, the last guy was a lich. Well, a necromancer well on his way to becoming a lich. And so it's understandable of why he was dangerous. I don't recall the letter saying what this family had done to deserve death. I'm looking for your children. That's not super creepy.
My children? Whatever for? Oh dear. Excuse an old woman's stupidity. You're here to pick up my gift list. Using your gift service was the smartest thing I've ever done. My children are spread across Cyrodiil, and it's so hard to shop for them all. So here's the list of all my precious little ones, though I dare say they're not so little anymore. They grow up so fast, I swear. You'll notice that the list gives each child's location and some suggestions for gifts. Oh, and here's the gold I'm supposed to give you. Now please go. Those children are so dear to me, and I'd really like you to get them something special. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you. Draconis gift list added to the inventory. You are far too trusting, clearly. Draconis gift list. Dear Courier, I would like to thank you again for agreeing to assist me. I was so delighted when a friend recommended you, and will certainly employ your services again in the future if everything goes well with this round of purchases. You can imagine how difficult it is for an old woman such as myself to get around. My children, darlings that they are, deserve the best, and I'm afraid I haven't been able to properly show my love and appreciation for them in quite a few years. But all that is behind me now. Here's the list of gifts I think my family would most enjoy, as well as each child's current place of residence, which should be used for delivery. Matthias, Talos Plaza District, Imperial City. He has a home there. Matthias always was a rough and tumble lad. The last I'd heard, he'd fallen in with some pretty tough characters there in the Imperial City. I'd feel so much better if I knew he was well protected, so I'd like for you to find him a nice cuirass. Nothing too light, iron or steel should be fine, and if possible, I'd like it engraved with, "To my dear Matty, I'll always be here to protect you, love Mum." I mean, hopefully not on the outside, that would be embarrassing. If you're a fighter and you just have a letter engraved into your armor. I mean, some people would probably find it touching. Andreas, the Drunken Dragon Inn. He owns the place and lives there as well. And he has been brewing his own beer and spirit since he was 6 years old. Wow. You let a 6-year-old brew beer? You do you. The opening of that inn was the happiest day of his life. I'd like for you to get him some new tavern glasses. I'm sure there are craftsmen in the Imperial City who could make a fancy set from frosted ebony or Aldmeri crystals. Sibylla, Muck Valley Cavern. Yes, my daughter lives in a cave, and no, I'm not very happy about it. Sibby has always loved animals, almost as much as Andy loves beer, and a couple of years ago, she apparently thought it a good idea to abandon the Empire and live as a savage with the rest of the animals. In that time, I'm afraid Sibby has kind of cracked. She's basically as wild as the beast she lives with. What can I do? I'm Sibby's mother, and I'll always love her. She obviously doesn't want or need anything from civilized society, so what I'd like you to do is find a tanner and secure the largest fur blankets you can possibly find. The last time I saw Sibby, she was nearly naked. I can't imagine there's much in that cave to keep her warm. When you do bring them to Muck Valley Cavern, be careful. The wild animals are bad enough, but Sibby herself will probably attack anyone on sight. That's good to know. Kalia is in Castle Lewin. You'll find her in the barracks. My beautiful Kay. My dearest daughter broke so many hearts when she was younger, but now that she's an officer in the Imperial Legion, I'm afraid she let herself go a bit. Not gotten fat. By Mephala, not that, but she's settled into a more practical kind of look. Even a bit boyish, I guess you could say. So what I'd like you to do is get my Kay as much pretty girl stuff as you can. Flowers, perfume, Nord chocolate, that sort of thing. If that's intentionally the opposite direction she's been going, she may not appreciate that. You've already received half your fee in advance and will receive the remainder after the gifts have been purchased and delivered, as we originally agreed. Thank you again for providing such a valuable service. Sincerely, Perennia Draconis. I'm going to go reread the dead drop orders. Does it state the reasoning? The unlucky siblings, location. No. The first one was clear. Encounter a necromancer attempting to escape death by transforming into a lich. There's a bit of information explaining this is just a random family, which strikes me as odd, and she has vanished. Renee Draconis has given me a document that lists the locations of all the members of her family. She thought I was the delivery person she hired to buy gifts for her children. I will instead use the list to find and slay each family member. I should start with Perennia herself. Then I must kill Matthias Draconis in the Talos Plaza district of the Imperial City, Andreas Draconis in the Drunken Dragon Inn, Sibylla Draconis in Muck Valley Cavern, and Kalia Draconis in Castle Lewin. Okay, now we've got our pointer. Ugh. Sorry about that. But I think I'm going to save that for the next episode, because this is a reasonable stopping point, and it will give me time to sell some goods between episodes. So I'll meet you back here before the next one. See you then. Bye.